Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 31. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Now listen, Gabby and Chris, we saw them on Season 1 of Love During Lockup, and I'm pretty sure we told WeTV we didn't want to see them anymore. Especially not Gabby. This woman is way too damn much, and I could do with it. Listen, I'm saying we, but really I can only speak for myself. I've had enough of her already. So it picks up where Chris is finally getting out of jail. And she says that she's secretly going to marry him the day she picks him up from jail. However, she stops by to have a vaginal rejuvenation procedure as well as intimate bleaching. And I said, you said that you're picking him up tomorrow, but she actually picked him up the day after, so it was 2 days later. And I said, how are you going to get married to him and have all this good sex after just having intimate bleaching and a vaginal rejuvenation? So I looked it up. I said, how long should you wait to have sex after a vaginal rejuvenation? And I got a couple of different responses. Some said 5 days, others said 5 to 7 days. That's not enough time. You know, she leaves the doctor's office with an ice pack. She's supposed to rotate 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. And then on the drive to pick him up, she's got the ice pack on then. And I said, well, you definitely ain't planning on having the sex. So I don't know if she did this to put off having the sex. I have no idea. And then I'm thinking, you and him have been together for all of this time. Why exactly do you need to be rejuvenated? I'm just saying, I mean, it's none of my business. But she went on to inform us, of course, that his family doesn't like her. They believe that she is a gold digger. And, you know, she tells us again that Chris received that settlement of $150,000 due to the incident that happened to him at the Rikers prison, where the prison guards got a little too happy and beat this man, which is disgusting. So anyway, he received a settlement of $150,000. She says that he gave half of it to her and she used it to pay bills and buy a car. Well, later we find out she's absolutely lying. She used $30,000 of that to have several plastic surgery procedures. They then showed us a picture of her before and after. And I would like to say that I thought she looked just perfect before. And I'm not saying she doesn't look nice now. I'm just saying I thought she looked great. She could have saved that money. Anyway, she says they have a zero left. Not a dime, not a penny, not a nickel. Then she goes on to say that since he's been in jail and they have run out of money, every time he needs money, she sends it to him. And she says it as if she deserves a prize. And I said, well, ma'am, you spent $30,000 of his money on cosmetic procedures. Then you spent the rest of it doing whatever the hell else you did. So you should send him the money. But she made sure that she let everyone know that his mom didn't send him any money. And I said to myself, I said, why should she? Why should his mom send him any money when she knows that he blew $150,000 from jail by giving half of it to you? No, ma'am. You were out here wilding out and spending money as if he won $100 million. This just does not make sense. Anyway, she then tells us that she's going to pick him up and his mom and sister want to go. And so they're going to ride down with her in her car and then they're going to share a room. Just like last time when her and his sister went. And I said, you are 3 grown ass women. Why are you sharing a room? Out of the 3 of you, you couldn't have come up with 2 rooms at least? No, ma'am. I'm not sharing a room. I just think it's ridiculous. But anyway, the next day he calls to let them know that he has gotten out a little bit early. He wants them to pick him up at a different place. And she's hot and ready to go. She has called the justice of the peace who is going to marry them and asked her to meet them at this new destination. And she's ready to get in the car to take off. But his mom and sister want to sit around and have something breakfast, drink a little coffee, have a little hot chocolate, talk shit about her, and, you know, instead of leaving. Well, the next thing you know, she's on the phone talking to him and tells him that his mom and sister tried to fight her. Well, first of all, you're lying. They didn't try to fight you. They got smart, that's for sure, but they didn't try to fight you. So finally, they decide to get their butts up out the chair and get into the car. His mama says that she's not in the mood for this girl and her attitude. I guess she took all the attitude yesterday that she could stand. So anyway, they get in the car, but they start being fly at the mouth. And honey, listen, Gabby told them to get the hell up out of her car. And they said, oh, hell no. The next thing you know, she's threatening to call the police. Now listen, Gabby, let's start off by saying this. When Chris's family called you a gold digger, it fits. You know what I mean? When you go and spend $30,000 of his money on cosmetic procedures, it comes off a little gold digger-ish. I'm just saying. Then when his family wouldn't get out the car, you threatened to call the police on them. No, ma'am. Not this day and age. You don't call the police for a situation like this. And I think that it'll only be a matter of time before Chris ends up back in jail because Gabby seems to like to play cop games. And that's not cute. That is a absolute red flag. You are trying to dial 911 to get people out of your car who you are about to marry into their family. Makes no sense to me. All of you could have handled this situation with your words, not with the police. However, I agree with her when she said she was ready to go. It's her car, it's her gas. When she says she's ready to go, they should have been ready to go. Get your breakfast to go, swing by McDonald's, grab a coffee, whatever you need, but you should go when she said she was ready to go. And I don't know how that relationship is going to work out with her not liking his family don't like her. You're out of town and threatening to throw his family out the car. It just seems like this is not going well at all. Anyway, WeTV, please let this be the last season for Gabby and Chris. Justine and Michael. Well, there's not much backstory needed here. We already saw them last season, and of course she is there to pick him up, and she is wearing her cat suit, and I laughed so hard because when he came out of jail, the first thing he said is she looks so good in this cat suit. I said, Lord, this is the first thing he has said, and I agree with. That is one hell of a cat suit. But one thing that I found odd is he came out with an electric keyboard, a jumbo keyboard. I said, well, what kind of jail is this? What kind of relaxed policies are these? He had a keyboard. And she said, well, where's the rest of your things? And he said, well, I already mailed all my stuff home. Well, honey, after the hugs and the, oh my God, I love you, and the sex is going to be short conversation, the first thing he wanted to do was throw on all of his jewelry. Then he got in the car and called up all of his kids. Turns out that he has 4 children with 2 baby mamas. 2 of the kids are pretty much the same age. He said he slipped up a little bit at the same time. I said, oh, wow, he was out here single, trying to mingle for sure. One thing I did notice multiple times throughout the episode, Justine kept on bringing up how he told her that he used to be a player, how he was out in these streets and he was doing, bad boy things. She kept bringing it up saying that those days are over. And it sounds to me that things are not over. You must be nervous about it because you keep bringing it up. He was excited to talk to his kids, and you could tell they were happy to hear from him as well. He seems like he probably is a pretty good dad. He did say that he really did miss all the monumental moments of their lives being in jail the last 6 years. I think that he has the capability of being an awesome dad, but he definitely needs to stay out the streets. Don't be out here selling them street pharmaceuticals, and try to be there for the kids as much as possible. He says that no one could convince him to get out here selling not even a nickel bag, but the way he was acting and telling the kids that he was about to get them straight and they was about to, up their wardrobes and everything, I kind of don't believe him. I'm thinking that he's going to be out here in these streets real soon. You could tell that they really care about each other a lot. And it would be nice to see the 2 of them have a happily ever after. But something is telling me that is not going to happen. Something is telling me that once he gets back feeling comfortable and feeling good, he's going to be back in these streets doing his same old dirt. And I also think, just from seeing the previews, that he's not going to hit it off very well with her children. I don't know, you guys. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think that they're going to make it? Or do you see that there's going to be a whole lot of bumps in the road? Because I see a whole lot of speed bumps coming up. Ashley and Travis. So Travis is due to be released in 2 days. So far, Ashley comes off to me as someone who is not too sober. She looks and acts as if she is either on something or she drinks heavily. It's something off about her. I'm not so sure what it is, but we find out that she has quite an extensive jewelry collection. She says that she's put in about $80,000 into this jewelry collection, but Travis has been in jail for 13 years for armed robbery. She says that she's been dating him for 4 years while he's been in jail, and she is really concerned about him getting out of jail and, the safety of her jewelry collection. She's also afraid to let her friends know that he is an inmate and that he went to jail for robbery because she thinks they're definitely going to judge him and be concerned about her being, robbed. And yes, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think that, you've got 2 days to get you a safety deposit box. Let me tell you, all my jewelry would be in the safety deposit box. It definitely wouldn't be laid around at the house the way she's got it up there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. He's been in jail for 13 years. He is going to stay at your house long enough to piss you off, have some sex, get some new clothes, and take all your jewelry when he goes. I'm just saying, no, ma'am. By the way she acted, she reminds me of Branwen. I don't know. I don't know if it's the voice or just the way she acts like she's on something. I don't know. But she's got this man who lives next door, and I can't remember if his name is Marvin or Martin. I'm not sure, but a weird little guy. He lives next door, and she says that they've had a little bit of a situation where I guess he hit on her and she's not interested in him. However, he makes a comment that if she didn't have a boyfriend, he would definitely want to take her out. He's interested in her. She allows him to come over and fix things in her place, but he also house sits for her and he stops by a couple of times a week. However, Travis doesn't like him and doesn't want him around, but yet and still he's around. And then she says that Travis told her he didn't want her drinking with him because things could happen when she gets drunk. Yet and still she invites him in and has a few drinks. Listen, something is wrong with her and something is wrong with Travis already. Travis is making too many demands for somebody who's been behind bars for 13 years. Buddy, no. No, sir. You don't make rules around here. You don't pay anything. No. Anyway, I think that something is definitely going to go down between her and Martin. Or Melvin. I don't remember what that man's name is, but both of them were intoxicated. I remember that. I don't know what it is about her, but in every scene, she looked like she wanted to cry. She's a dumpster fire. I can tell you that. Maybe it's the Xanax. I don't know. Anyway, I look forward to seeing how this works out, but I have a feeling that something's going to get stolen. So this next couple, Nathan and Skyler, I laughed a little because last season on Love During Lockup, we had Chelsea and Mikey. And Chelsea lives about 35 miles outside of where I live currently. And now we have Nathan and Skyler, and they live about 30 minutes away from where I live right now. And I think it's hilarious. Love After Lockup, what is happening? Because Sean and Sarah, they live about an hour and 10 minutes from where I live. And I said, the Love After Lockup people, they are keeping it close to Central Ohio. I'm just saying. Anyway, we meet Nathan and he's out shopping with his aunt who loves him very, very much. She has been there with him through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad. When they were out shopping for home goods, you could see in her eyes that she wants nothing but the best for him, but she is nervous and concerned about his relationship with this girl named Skyler. Okay, so Skyler, listen, she used to date a friend of his and his friend died. And while he was in jail and she was in jail, he sent her a letter and they've been together ever since. Then they both got out of jail, went to a halfway house. She effed up the thing and got sent back to jail. But now she's about to get out, and he is there for her, shopping for her. He has put his whole heart and soul into this relationship. You can tell that Nathan is really trying to make a change. And you know, if he manscaped that beard a little bit, I bet that man is gorgeous. I'm just saying, you know, he don't live that far from here. I'm single. Anyway, he seems like a really nice man who is walking the straight and narrow now. He's got him a job. He wants to propose to this lady. He wants to marry her and have a family of his own and do the right thing. And he wants her to settle down and do the right thing as well. Now, there's some red flags, okay, on both parts. Now, first of all, we seen Nathan talk to this woman on the phone a couple of times. Both times he said, "Tell me you love me. Say you love me." No. That is a red flag for me. No. Okay. When you say you love somebody, you should say it only when you mean it. And it should be the truth. It should be real. If you have to ask somebody to tell you that they love you, something is not right. Something is not right in this relationship. But that's not the big thing. That's not the big whammy. The big whammy is we find out. Now, this dude is down at the bar, sober as hell. Okay, he's not drinking. He's not doing any drugs. He's down at the bar with some of his friends just playing a little game of pool. I wish I knew how to play pool. Anyway, just playing a little game of pool. And she calls him from jail, wanting to know where he is. Then she goes off on him talking about, "Why are you there? You know, that place is a trigger for me." And, you know, talking about the bad people who go there. And, oh my gosh, that's the past. That's not our life anymore. And those people. And I said, girl, what the hell does it matter? You're not there. How are you triggered when you're in jail? I mean, leave him the hell alone, okay? He shouldn't be dealing with her. I don't like her already. We find out that not one, but two of her ex-boyfriends have passed away from overdoses while with her. Okay, so the small town of Lancaster, they are eye-spying and talking shit about her because not only did two men pass away while dating her, one of her exes also disappeared while dating her. Okay, so everybody has been warning Nathan, and Nathan just doesn't see the color red. Obviously, he does not see red flags. He is so in love with her that this dude has gone to the local jewelry store and purchased a $2,500 ring. And can I just say, I thought that ring was really pretty. And he also bought a blue cheetah print and gold rose to attach the beautiful ring to propose to her. And I thought, this dude is cute and he's really sentimental. He's a nice kind of guy. I said, boy, you are wasting your time with this girl. Something is not right with her. And I think she is going to be using him and abusing him, and I don't like it. So far, I like this guy, except for the whole tell me you love me thing. That's just a little too much. A little needy, a little red flaggish. Anyway, while he's at the jewelry store, he asked this lady, he said, "Is your name Olivia?" She said, "Yes." He said, "I think I stole your mom's car. I'm really sorry. I've changed." And she said, "Yes, you did. And I'm glad to see that you've changed." Yeah, Lancaster is a small place. Buddy, yeah, that's different. I'm telling you, I mean, really? Wow. I don't know, you guys. What do you think about Skyler and Nathan? What do you think about their chances of staying together? I think he's a nice guy. I wish him the very best, but I have a feeling this relationship is not going to work. One thing that I did laugh at is when Skyler called him both times, it said, "Thank you for using GTL." And I busted out laughing because Lord knows back in the day I used to watch Jersey Shore. And they always used to say it was GTL, which stood for Gym Tan Laundry. And I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I laughed, but anyway, moving on. Monique and Derek. All right, so Derek has been in prison for a little over 8 years for selling those pharmaceuticals. And he's been dating Monique for about 2.5 years. However, they have never seen each other in person. Derek is about to get out of jail in 2 days. That evening, she goes to hang out with her two sisters and her friend Stacy. And she lets them know that he's getting out in 2 days. She also lets them know that he works out twice a day and that he is always letting her know about his workouts, and that, he's hoping to put her on the same workout schedule. And listen, I hope that if she does lose some weight and start working out and eating better, that she does it for herself and not for a man, not for any man. Changing your life regarding your eating habits, your workout habits, those things are not easy to do. You have to do them for a while before they become second nature. And it's something that will not stick if you're not doing it for yourself. You cannot make all these big, huge changes in your life for someone else. You have to do it for yourself. And I need her to know that she is beautiful the way she is, but for her health reasons, she should try. She says that she was just diagnosed with diabetes and she has sleep apnea. So now she has a CPAP machine, and he told her that he didn't want to sleep next to her with that CPAP machine, and she said that she didn't want to sleep next to him with it. Well, this is a life or death kind of thing. I believe when you have sleep apnea, at some point you stop breathing in your sleep. So yes, ma'am, you need this machine, and if he really loves you, he will absolutely deal with that machine. Her friends and her family are concerned about her being with him because she has never met him. He's been in jail all of this time, and they're asking her valid questions. And her sister says, well, what if he gets out and you meet him in person and you're not attracted to him? And she says, oh, I don't know. I've been thinking about that. And then her sister said, well, what if he meets you and he's not attracted to you? And she says, well, I'm just trying to remain positive. Well, her sister and her friend Stacy, they, talked to the producers, and they said that they would like to know what kind of pictures she's been sending him. What kind of selfies is she sending him? Are they from the neck up? Does he realize how big she is? And they showed us some of those pictures, and they were reminiscent of catfish. They were filtered to the gods, okay? And they were not full body photos. So I don't think that this man knows exactly her size, but she did mention that she suffered a major loss. When she went to the doctor at the weight loss center, she informed the team member at the weight loss center that she lost a child. And that is the biggest loss anyone could ever lose, I think. And so that stressed her out and put her in a serious depression, which caused her to start eating her feelings. Then she said COVID happened, and during COVID, she gained 150 pounds. And listen, during COVID, I gained about 25 pounds myself, and I have been busting my butt, and thank goodness I am 23 pounds down. It's hard work. It really is. I'm just sorry that she put on so much during COVID. She wants to lose this weight. This program that she was trying to join said that the 12-week program is $2,500. And my answer would be absolutely no. Because if you want to lose weight, you can do that for free. I'm just saying, but if you want to do that, do it, but do it for you, not for this guy. This relationship is going to be interesting to watch. I am wishing her the very best, though. Anyway, guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.